Hey everyone, in today's essay we're diving into a topic that's close to many hearts, the dissolution of marriage in the Catholic Church. Now, I know what you might be thinking, dissolution, that sounds complicated. Don't worry, I'm here to break it down for you. At its heart, the Church sees marriage as a sacred, unbreakable bond, a beautiful reflection of Christ's love for his Church. This sacred union, once truly formed, is meant to last a lifetime. It's not something to be entered lightly, and it's definitely not something to be undone easily. But hold on, before you think it's all rules and regulations, remember that the Church is built on love and mercy. While upholding the permanence of marriage, the Church also recognizes that life can throw some pretty tough curveballs. That's why, over centuries, the Church has developed specific teachings and processes to address situations where a marriage might not be valid or livable. So let's unpack these, shall we? First things first, let's talk about sacramental consummated marriages. These are the rock-solid foundation of the Church's understanding of marriage. We're talking about a baptized man and woman freely entering a lifelong covenant witnessed by the Church and expressing their love in the marital act. This union, friends, is considered indissoluble. Why? Because in this beautiful act, the couple becomes one flesh, mirroring the unity of Christ and his Church. This bond is so profound, so deeply woven into the fabric of their being, that it transcends even death itself. Now, I know this might raise questions for some, especially those who've gone through the pain of separation or divorce. Trust me, the Church hears you. She doesn't turn a blind eye to suffering, but she also remains steadfast in upholding the truth of this sacrament. Remember, even in the face of heartbreak, the Church offers compassion, support, and avenues for healing. There's always hope, always a way forward, even if it's not the path we initially envisioned. Okay, so we've covered sacramental, consummated marriages, but what about those that haven't been consummated? This is where things get a little different. The Church recognizes that without consummation, the marital bond, while still real, might not have reached its full potential, its full expression. In these specific cases, it might be possible to approach the Church to seek a declaration of nullity. This means that, after careful investigation and consideration, the Church might determine that a valid, binding marriage was never actually formed in the first place. Think of it like this. Imagine you thought you bought a sturdy oak table, but it turns out it was made of flimsy cardboard all along. It might have looked like a table, but it never truly was one. Similarly, certain factors present from the very beginning might mean a marriage, though attempted, never truly existed in the eyes of the Church. This process, however, requires a formal process through the local diocese. It's not a quick fix, and it's certainly not Catholic divorce. It's about seeking the truth of what was, or in this case, wasn't there. Now, let's talk about two specific situations where the Church recognizes the possibility of dissolution, the Pauline privilege and dissolution in favor of the faith. These are rooted in the Church's deep understanding of God's mercy and the importance of religious freedom. The Pauline privilege applies when two unbaptized people marry and then one chooses to embrace the Catholic faith. If the unbaptized spouse is unwilling to live peacefully with their Catholic spouse, the Church, in its mercy, can allow for the dissolution of the marriage. This is based on the writings of St. Paul, who recognized the potential hardships faced by early Christians in mixed marriages. It's not about punishing anyone, but ensuring the freedom to live one's faith fully.